Hi guys, today I want to have a bit of a different gameplay commentary. I want to talk to you about advances, specifically the things that you kind of need to do with your clans, and I want to have a chat on two replays that we recently had with in the clan that I'm currently a part of right now, the Fury clan, and see a bit of the tactics and how people are working together in a clan at tier 10 in order to actually win an advance and basically make some enough resources to actually get some reserves during the night, so people make a lot more credits. At the beginning of this game we are basically felling all the trees around our base, because this is a defense and we need to basically protect our base. So in this context we could have went for a more heavy focused type of team, or like you see over here, a more DPM based, less HP but more firepower. So this is what we chose over here, taking into account the fact that we need to have our position not given away. So if we are getting spotted, then we will die, and we'll die very fast. So in this context, the role of the scout is of the utmost importance. Basically, a good scout will win you a lot of advances due to the fact that he will spot or keep spotted or interdict the spot of the enemy team. And if they do want to come towards you, then they know that they will be gonna be lit up. So the only way of the enemy to actually advance is to go in mass, en group. And once they go over there, until the moment that they will be able to actually shoot towards you, they will be vulnerable. If the enemy team would be really good, then they would try and pick us up around the seams, just under corners, having a few really good players, just I don't know, let's say if you're playing against the Pirates or something like that. I'm not sure if the Pirates are still around, but back in the day they were kind of the best team. So if such a team would come, they would probably put some STRVs on the right where I'm looking right now, and then a lot of other that was really bad. So I just spotted the Super Conqueror and he got absolutely deleted. And yeah, they would try to pick us apart with some really sneaky tanks, getting some really good angles, firing from multiple directions. But this is a more kind of a normal mortal kind of clan, so a lot of clans will just gather up all their forces and try and brute force, use the Schwerpunkt kind of tactic of trying to push one point really strongly. And the problem is, when you do like that, then if the opposing team is spread out correctly, they will be able to fire at the enemy team a lot faster, a lot sooner. They will see them. The guns won't really be moving, so they're going to be a lot more accurate, and they're not going to get spotted and shot at as fast. So as you see in this kind of a position, the enemies don't really have too many choices or good choices over here. They try to reposition a little bit, but they failed to do so, at least at the beginning. They have an artillery who's trying to fire towards our positions, but they only I think they only know about the heavies over there, so they're not really able to spot us correctly. So at this point it's just a waiting game. Whoever blinks first or does the first mistake, then will kind of lose the game. So our scout over there is being scouted by the enemy scout around that area, and my team basically advised us that there should be a scout around there, our EBR over here. So at this point we know, okay, it's most likely that they should come from up on the hill. There might be a chance of them coming through the 279E position, but that's a lot more risky because there's a lot of terrain which is open. As we're set up right now, the only vulnerable point actually is right opposite the aqueduct, towards where the Super Conqueror over there was spotted. So right now we're just gonna chill out. This is what you do a lot of on defenses: chill out, then have a few moments of extremely high impact, high firepower, high a push, right, from your team. And then yeah, now the enemy scout is trying to light us up, but his wheel has been shot, and now he's dead. So the enemies are now aware of the fact that we are here. I tried to track one of the CS-63 just to try and stop them. I tried to track the second one, and then there are among us. I realized that I'm out of the Inspire mode over here, so I need to stay inside of this Inspire mode. I fire against the CS-63, and they just keep on trying to make us to reverse our turrets. The Leo isn't the best tank at keeping its ammo in place, so I need to just a little bit taking into account that thing. And I'm just withdrawing a little bit, and yeah, the enemy mediums are basically dead. So at this point the battle is basically over, but the enemies do still have a few of those heavy tanks. So I've spotted the chieftain. Now I'm also spotting the T-97, the KPZ, basically the German chieftain. I'm gonna call it the German chieftain. Unfortunately, I have shot towards them, so now I got shot and spotted. But as you can see, due to the fact that I'm playing the Leo and I have it pretty well kitted out, I'm able to not only do quite a bit of damage, but also spot them quite nicely, especially if the enemies on the opposite side. So they had over there those T-95s, which are some good tanks with some really strong turrets or strong armor, but the fact that they're on the hill on that kind of an angle makes their armor a lot less effective. So this is what happens, right? So as you can see, this first game was basically us trying to defend the game, and yeah, basically having a strategy that worked. And now let's go to the next game, and we'll see how this goes in a situation when we need to attack. Alright, so now we're joining a second battle from this advance. This is a battle in which I need to take position over here with the Leo. Basically now the map is also pinged, and then basically the rest of my team is gonna stay on the position to snipe towards the enemy light. So the idea is that our EBRs should hopefully be able to spot EBRs should be able to spot the enemy Manticore and try and yeah, get him. Unfortunately, as you'll be able to see right now, our light isn't able to spot the Manticore, and he takes a really big shot. So now our light is basically one shot from dying, and I'm not really feeling all that great, and our team has lost some precious seconds. We do know that the enemies are having quite a number of E3s, Super Conquerors, Mouse, and all of that, and the enemy Manticores should be able to provide them with vision. I do know that one of those enemy lights, it's basically around that area over there where you're seeing it spotted right now, or pinged on the map. So it's actually on this bush over here. This is where he is, but it's pretty hard to fire over there, because he can stay. The Manticore is so low that he can just stay with his gun just a tiny bit over, and yeah, basically whenever I will fire, he will spot me. Now the EBR decides to take matters into his own hands. He fires. I confirm with him that he has indeed been spotted by the tank which is in that bush. So now I just have to be a little bit patient. I don't want to give my position yet. So my role is going to be to support the team while they go and push. Now we're setting up the bombs, because we know that most of the enemy E3s are on top of the hill, and yeah, our KPZs are on top of our hill. Now I do fire towards that STRV. I know that I'm gonna get shot or spotted, so I had to fall back a little bit. Now the STRV is back in cover, and as you saw, that was the position where the Manticore was. So we didn't knew that, but it's pretty hard to dig him out. Alright, so at this point our team is starting to push. Now the second Manticore is being spotted. I did load high explosive round and I do 520 damage towards that Manticore, and now I finish him up. So one Manticore down. I know that I need to also support my light. Unfortunately he dies because he was one shot from the beginning of the game, and now I just managed to fire and kill that second Manticore. So now the enemies are basically blind. What we do need to do at this point is try and get ourselves all in the same position, and I'm just using the mechanics of the tank, so the good camo of the tank, to stay behind this bush and try and pick off the enemies from a distance if they do start making a few mistakes. Unfortunately, the armor of the E-Freeze is pretty strong. In hindsight, I should have used gold a little bit faster, but yeah, I'm now starting to use a bit of gold just to try and to improve my chances of going through. But as you can see, the enemies are pretty much all in their cap circle, so I can't really do too much. The Leo is extremely accurate, but even with its accuracy, it can't really pen the top of the E-Freeze. So now I realize that it's a bit hard to actually see them. I'm not going to be able to help my team from this position anymore, so I do need to relocate. I'm very aware of the fact that the Leo is a tank which doesn't have any kind of armor. So what I plan to do is basically act as a fire support for my team whenever they're gonna start to push on those E-Freeze over there. Now the RT is starting to fire towards the E3. I just fire one speculative shot, try and make him go into cover, and now I basically decide, okay, it's time for them to actually start pushing. I do need to change my position to a more advantageous one and try and offer at least a bit of extra fire support. I realized that this position wasn't the best, then I just fire one shot, relocate a little bit, and now I do need to close the distance. So the E3 does have some really strong turret armor. My team over here unfortunately is pretty low on HP, but they do manage to kill this guy. On the other side, the KPZs are doing some pretty good work. And now although we are just a little bit on the lower side with the HP, I do need to start using my HP as well, just to spread it out, because when you're playing with your clan, your HP is as important as theirs. So one E3 has finished out one of our guys. I fire one shot, unfortunately it was a miss, and then it's just a matter of using my better DPM while the enemies is concentrated on the other side. Finish up one E3. Now this other E3 is coming on this area. I do know that there are a few of them, and this guy turns sideways, so he presents himself a really good target over here. The other E3 is trying to move, so I just keep up my distance for now, just trying to wait. And now the RT actually manages to do a lot more damage to this guy, and now he's basically dead. So now we do have a really good advantage, and I keep on offering fire support, so basically flanking the enemy TDs which are really slow. So at this point we know that we have won the battle. Now I'm spoiled for choice, but obviously I need to kill the RT because you always need to kill the pigs. I knew he had fired, but anyways, yeah, that's the final round. Almost 5k damage. Now I celebrate in my Leo. So yeah, this is how you play in advance. help your team and basically try and get the wins. So what do you think? Are you actually playing advances, or how often are you playing, and what do you think of tier 10 advanced clan battles in advances? A lot of players are firing gold, so if you're fighting against E3s, it doesn't make any kind of sense to not fire gold. So yeah, this is how World of Tanks works. So yeah, everybody's gonna play like this. So I do hope that this kind of a video was at least entertaining and a little bit of change of pace from the previous ones, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye now.